Okay. Can you hear
Broadcast
me now?
live. I heard you all the time.
Mm-mm. Okay,
Can
well,
you hear
I'm
me?
not gonna hold you. I don't know what's going on. Miss I sent a request if you can,
I'm here.
and then I'm gonna go ahead.
Lynn, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Yeah. Tell her you can hear me.
I can hear Cash.
It's from her. It's from her side.
Right.
Miss Ice,
So what should we do?
can you hear? Okay, I'm gonna leave it to you all. I can't hear anymore, but Miss Ice, you can hear. Okay, go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna mute.
All
I'm gonna
right.
mic mute mine, and I'm gonna leave it to you all for a second.
Cool.
Bye.
All right. Doodles. Well, hey, Cash, how are you?
I'm doing what I do.
So glad to have you. Welcome, 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 and thank you so much. So, we've got to hear a little bit about some of your history and what it takes to put on a production such as you did for the greatest R&B legends and the reason behind it. Let me ask you something. What is the importance of working relationships in the industry and attitude?
Oh, that's 100% important. Without relationships, I wouldn't have been doing what I did that night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of the things I've gotten done, how I was able to get the venue, my spots on TV and radio, picking up the groups that perform. All that came from relationships I've established over the years.
Absolutely, absolutely. And do you think you know the attitudes and the relationships, they say blackball. You know what I mean? Is that a true thing?
Well, it got some elements to it. Uh, People do things where people disassociate themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess we can consider that some form of blackball.
Absolutely, because I think as you said before, we've been together working about 5 good years strong, and I appreciate that. Being able to learn from you and watch what you do, and be able to be in the presence of such greatness. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, it's like when I remember when you say they're doing this. Certain things is it's a us thing, it's a we thing. Because when we're moving as a team, it's very important that the vision is the same. You know what I mean? And when you have outside forces that come that might not work with what the team is doing, it's like, okay, so if you're dealing with my teammate and you do something wrong to my teammate, then you did something wrong to me too. Because
right.
you're it's about the culture. You know what I mean? So another thing that I've learned from you is that you are a workhorse. You get up every day and
Hmm.
go leave your home. You don't even really have to leave your home, but you do. You go to a whole other place and work, even though you're your own boss. What drives you to do that, and why is that so important to you?
It's a routine. The routine is if you get up to go do something, something eventually is going to happen. Lay in the bed all day waiting for it to come, you ain't going to do anything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So simple as that.
Just that simple, huh?
Hmm.
Okay, okay. And how do you identify? Because this is one of my favorite stories. Like with how life comes full circle. I remember when I was a teenager going down to Wood Hill Park, and I would see you down there with them two big old rock wallers, right? And
Yep.
you asked me one good time. You said, "So what do you do?" Me and my girls was like, "So what do y'all do? You sing, you dance, what?" And I was just so shy back then, you
Yeah.
know. Even though I could do all of those things, you know. But what was it in you, and what is it in people that you see to identify raw talent, a budding star? What is it that you see? You know, what is it in those in the people?
Well, it all came from seeing how people got started when we were young and kids. Somebody discovered, somebody saw something in them.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't just stumble into being on the Ed Sullivan show or Soul Train or whatever. Someone saw them, believed in them, and it got to that point. So for me, when we got our first breaks, that's how we got our breaks and got discovered. So it just worked out for me. You're always looking for something that motivates you, keep the business going and the industry going, make it worth why you do what you do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's not magical. It's just got to be easier to be that type of person. Some people are self-centered. It's about only what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen run into a lot of people like that.
Mm-hmm. You know it.
Then there's other people that can work with people and understand I can work with this person and that person and still can accomplish this. So that's something that's different within different folks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I see Marchel'e coming back in. So I want to get to our rapid fire before everything's all said and done, which is like my favorite game of favorites. Okay. So I want you to say what comes to the top of your head, okay?
Okay?
All right.
Might not be good at this.
Favorite dessert. Did you hear me?
Oh,
Top of your
cake,
head. Don't think about it.
cake,
Cake. What kind of cake?
lemon,
Lemon cake. Favorite color.
red,
Slow jam or get your groove on.
both,
You cheating. Tupac or Biggie?
neither one,
Oh
respected.
no, no, neither one. Oh no, no, catchy baby.
I wasn't a
Basketball or
rap guy.
football? What you
I
say?
can't even tell you what they sang about. I just
Oh my.
respected what they did for the culture.
Okay, okay, okay. Basketball or football?
Football,
I figured as much. Dress clothes or street clothes?
dress.
Mm-hmm. Bath or shower?
For me, it's always been a bath. Didn't have a
I
shower.
gotta reluxuriate. You know what I mean? Dinner and a movie, or a drink and a twerk session. Ooh.
Well, I don't drink, but I take dinner, the movie, and then the work.
Fly and flashy or classy and sassy.
Uh, Classy and sassy.
Yeah, I figured as much. You ain't into the trashy. Yeah. I think that that will close the rapid fire session with that one.
All right.
Yes.
I
So
still was trying to plug up the programs we had on Tubi before we got cut off.
say that again.
I wanted to plug the programs
Oh,
we
let's
have
do
on
it.
Tubi TV.
Mm-hmm.
So I did leave off with the Greatest R&B Legends Cleveland documentary. And then we have the DC Hit Factory Showcase, which was a concert we did with Bone Thugs and Harmony's group, Smooth Approach, Clockwork, Midwest Mafia with Fatty Banks. It was for 2,000 kids for Back to School Jam, and it aired on WAKC TV 23 ABC. So that was a great program. Featured a lot of people like Ken Whitney, John Hitton, Clark Kellogg, DJ Cool, a lot of folks on that show. It was a great show we produced back then. So that's on TV. I have a few of my episodes for the first Dennis Cash show, the new Dennis Cash show. So that's the one you can pull up. And we got a couple other things like a few monster movies called Irving. Make sure you
What?
check that out. Before there was Jason and Friday the 13th, you got to check out Irving.
I'm scared.
Irving.
What?
Yes.
Oh no! Am I gonna make it through it? That's my question because I don't
You,
do
you gotta let
spells.
you gotta let me know.
Oh no! Well, just because you did it, I'm gonna check it out, and that's on Tubi.
Yeah, that's on TV as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, because you have a resume and a record and a history that's just out of this world. Like, you were doing shows on TV when it wasn't even the thing to do. You know what I mean? And it just amazes me when the videos first started, you were getting your artists on the video channels, and
Yep.
that's what amazes me, and you're still at it. And to me, that's what I call doing it for the culture, the advancement of the entire culture as a people. You know what I mean? What is it doing for the culture mean to you?
Well, it was because I was a part of it.
Mm,
So it wasn't nothing fancy or no great ideal or anything. It was just understanding what we all did was part of our culture, no
yeah.
matter how small or how big it was.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You were fabric of the culture.
Yeah.
When we get tricked is people try to convince you what you've done is no value.
Mm,
Why? Because they don't want to pay you or have to give you anything for your time.
mm-hmm,
Oh,
mm-hmm,
but they be watching and they know.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Don't be
True
fooled.
story.
So I just looked at it as nope. What was real. Whether people like it, they can't change it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, people gonna always recognize it because it was real.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And let's go on to realness, where we took back up was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
where I didn't have parts of that, but I definitely knew, because I was coming into my own at that point, that it was time to reach out and to let myself be known and to extend myself to you, and as part of me wanting to grow and be of good use. Okay. SOVC, Survivors of Violence concert, as well as the lectures and conference. What drew you, and Music Over Violence? What drew you to doing such type of events?
That came from when I was traveling doing showcases. We did Memphis, Dayton, Virginia Beach, uh, Buffalo, Cleveland, me, Quincy, a couple other guys, big help.
Mm-hmm.
And every city I went in, I was realizing they had the same murder rates that we had here in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So when we were on our way back from Virginia Beach, I told the gentleman that was driving with me, it's an 8 hour drive. You know, we can always help a kid try to get famous. That's only one person if we get lucky.
Mm-hmm.
But I said this death thing is affecting families.
Yeah.
I got a nephew that had been murdered a little bit before that. I saw what
Sorry.
it did to his mother, his daughter, his
Mm-hmm.
ex-girlfriend. And I just times that with all these people around the country and said, we could do more if we take the things that we do that we get blessed to do. It brings joy to people and somehow flip this over to help people who are in need and don't know how to understand how they hurt. So I said, I'm going to put together a program that bring people together to help kids and parents to get through the deaths of the kids
Mm-hmm.
or their close ones or their loved ones. And that nobody understood. So that's why I came with music over violence.
Yes.
It's going to always win out. You got people in people's throats, and music will soothe them
Mm-hmm.
to calm them down. And that's how I came up with that. I was the first guy, probably in the Midwest, to even come up with something like that. A lot of people doubted me. Politicians and stuff said they didn't think it would work. Why was I doing it?
Mm-hmm.
And I told them music heals people, and it was going to work.
Yeah.
It
And
did
you know,
work.
I will have to
Great,
agree that
great event.
go ahead.
I said it did work. We had a lot of great events.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now I want to touch on some of the not so pretty sides of, you know, okay, of course, when somebody loses their child, it's not a pretty thing. It's traumatic. However, when I'm gonna take this into a my and I what I witnessed and have experienced in working in the advocacy and the what we call it community activist realm is that we get these traumatized people and we reach out to help them, and it seems as though it can turn, you know, like the help that is being given is not looked at help but exploitation, and
Mhm.
it's about me, mine, and mine at that point, which I could understand. You know, just raw, you experience trauma, um and this is my observation. All of a sudden I've got all these cameras on me because of this high profile death of someone that I love. And in doing so, it kind of, in my opinion, takes away from the movement and makes it a internal thing opposed to something that is more community within those individuals
Well,
that have suffered the
let me
trauma.
jump in here and solve that real quickly. When you're doing something for a cause, it can't be about an individual.
Mm-hmm.
You don't change life based on one person. You change life for people based on community of people.
Mm-hmm.
When you have something that's going well, everybody's humble in the beginning. But when there's a light, people can see there might be money exchanged over here and over there.
Mm-hmm.
Then people become people. You have to understand people are human and they will do the unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
Out of that, once all it goes down, for example, you might have a parent that's all about the daughter or the child, the son. Then all of a sudden, you're working hard, and it turns out this parent turns out to be a jerk, and it's all about him or her.
Yeah,
Out of all of that, you can't let it change your goals, your purpose, because
absolutely.
it's going to always win out over selfishness, greed, or people that's just disrespectful of what's going on when they get to a certain level. It
Uh-huh.
outlasts that anytime.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, you are always on the cusp. You are always before the trend. Like I think my biggest thing is Miss Mulatto. Okay, because I remember you called me on the phone. Hey, we about to go down to Atlanta. We doing this black tie event. You ready? Let's go. And it's this young lady down there. Her name is Miss Mulatto, and
Yep,
she's it. And I was like, Miss Mulatto. I never even heard of this woman, and now she's big Lotto doing stuff with Gucci and all over the place, and Trina, and you
yep.
know, how do you do that? How do you keep? How are you the pulse? Not keep your hand on the pulse, but how do you become the pulse?
Mm, I told you it's the same thing, whether it's 15 years ago, 30 years ago. The formula has never changed with people. One thing about Mr. Loud and her father, they work. They
Mm-hmm.
bust their ass. Excuse my
Mm-hmm.
language. She was legit.
Yeah.
They showed up to the thing I did. She performed, did what she was supposed to do. Uh, Stayed around, talked to the kid that was on the show. He hung around. They were legit people, and they got their break. So that's the formula that I saw when I first hooked up with her.
So you identify the hard work, the work ethic.
Yeah, I can't remember who hooked me up with them. I don't remember how I got in touch with them. Somebody out in Atlanta. I did a couple of artists out there because I have some good relationships.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Once I talked to the dad, we worked it out. They showed up.
All right, well, we're gonna close it out here. So I want to just ask you: is there anything that we haven't touched on that you want to share, or
Oh no, we'd be here for all night. So unfortunately, we're gonna leave it at that. I got a lot of stuff we got to get ready for tomorrow.
I know always.
Yeah. So just just my contact information. Anybody out there want to get in touch with me, hit me on the line 216-324-4802. I'll pick up.
And your Tubi, let's drop the Tubi again.
Yeah, Greatest R&B Legends Cleveland, Tubi TV or Amazon Prime, several other streaming devices, but I like to use those because most people are familiar with it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We just got picked up by Plex as well, PLEX. Yep.
Woohoo! All right. So think you'll see a leave button somewhere in your screen. So we'll
Yeah, I
do our
see.
salutations and then you just go ahead and hit the leave button. I don't know if Marchel'e can hear or however, but I think we said I was going to sign us off. So, star makers,
I stop in
see you
Marchel'e.
again. See you, babes. You see it? All right. Well, family, I'm so glad you all tuned in. Remember to hit the Cash App and the PayPal. It's your girl, the one and only Miss Ice, aka Sister Alonda. Hey. And I am a friend of the show for Formula EOSBN. For the fabulous one, the one and the only Marchel'e. You can follow me at MZ period ICE on YouTube as well as Instagram. So I don't see my leave the show part at all. And that's okay because I'm just going to exit out somehow. And as Marchel'e, we don't have a candle scent because we didn't do candles today. So our candle scent is going to be fresh air. Oh, thank you, Letitia. I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming.
Awesome. Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you,
Okay, great
honey.
job. See
Yay!
ya.
Thank you.
Toodles.
It's a
Remember,
lifestyle.
it's a lifestyle. They're always watching. Thank you, Dennis.
Yay.
Till next time, guys. Thank you.
Toodles.